The screen fades in on Lagos at the crack of dawn, the city stirring like a restless giant. The camera sweeps over the third mainland bridge, where yellow Danfo buses and Okada motorcycles weave through early traffic, their horns a chaotic symphony blending with street hawkers' shouts. "Buy your fresh Akara!" And the distant muezzins call to prayer. Smog hangs heavy, the humid air shimmering with exhaust. We zoom into a battered blue taxi, its paint chipped, engine coughing. Behind the wheel is Shina Akanji, Shina. In his mid-30s, Shina's face carries the weight of a hard life, a faint scar on his cheek, a faded lion tattoo peeking from his rolled-up sleeve, relics of his days lost to drugs and cultism. He grips the wheel tightly, muttering, "Stay clean, Shina, for mama." Quick flashback cuts hit hard. Young Shina in a smoky room, snorting white powder with hooded cult brothers, chanting in Yoruba. A rainy alley brawl, his fist bloody. Then a turning point. He smashes a bottle of Ike-Okoro against a wall, swearing to his reflection, "No more." Back in the present, Shina scans the road for fares, his eyes tired but determined. A passenger climbs in, a sweaty businessman in a wrinkled suit, ranting about election traffic.
It's just terrible to see how the people that are capable of leading us never actually get the opportunity to. They never get the opportunity.
He snaps as billboards flash by, Mrs. Ali Atanda's warm smile promising healthcare for all, her rival's stern face backed by corporate logos. Shina nods absently, dropping the man at a bank and pocketing a crumpled 500 naira note. The camera lingers on his dashboard. A small photo of his grandmother, Mama, smiling, taped beside a rosary, a beacon of his purpose. The scene shifts to Shina's home in a cramped Lagos slum, where zinc-roofed houses lean against each other, laundry lines sagging with colorful clothes, and kids kick a deflated football in the dirt. Shina parks his taxi, brakes squeaking, and steps into a dim living room, the fluorescent bulb flickering from unstable NEPA power. On a worn mattress lies Mama, Rain, her frail frame wrapped in a faded wrapper, rosary in hand. She coughs softly, her smile warm but weak. "Shina, you no sleep again?" She teases in Yoruba, her voice raspy. Shina kneels, helping her sip water from a chipped mug. "Mama, I'm fine. How you holding up?" They share a tender moment, her hand patting his cheek as she recalls raising him after his parents' fatal car crash. "You too stubborn, but you my pride," she whispers. The camera pans to old photos on the wall. Young Shina with Mama at a church event, her selling Akara at the market to fund his school. He confesses his guilt over his cult days, stealing, fighting, breaking her heart. "God forgives, Shina. You changed," she assures. Suddenly, her cough turns violent. She clutches her chest, gasping, eyes wide with pain. Shina's face twists in panic. "Mama, hold on!" He scoops her up, her body light as a child's, and rushes to the taxi. The visuals surge. Tires screech as he peels out. Neighbors shouting, "Wedding day happen?" He speeds through Lagos, dodging buses, honking wildly, sweat dripping as he prays, "God, abeg, no take her." Election news blares on the radio. Mrs. Ali Atanda leads polls, promising to end corruption, ironic against the city's chaos. Shina screeches to a stop at the Imperial Medical Center, a crumbling hospital that screams Nigeria's healthcare crisis. Peeling walls, rainwater dripping into buckets in the lobby, patients slumped on benches, some groaning, others arguing with nurses. Shina bursts through the doors, Mom in his arms shouting, "Help! She's not breathing well!" Nurses wheel a gurney over as the power flickers, generators rumbling outside. In the emergency ward under buzzing fluorescent lights, we meet Dr. Morinike Asanobi, her scrubs crisp, an engagement ring glinting as she checks Mama's pulse. "Weak, irregular," she mutters to her colleague, Dr. Bakare Segunarinsi, a gruff veteran with a scowl. "Family?" Morinike asks. Shina nods, voice cracking. "My grandmother. She just collapsed." Bakari snaps. "No money, no bed. This in a hospital, not charity." Shina pleads, "Please, I'll find the cash." Moriniki, calm but firm, overrides him. Start the scans now. The scene stretches. Mama hooked to an IV, machines beeping as power dips, plunging the room into shadows lit by nurses' phone torches. Shina paces the hallway, calling friends. Bro, I need 1 million sharp. Mama they die. But each call ends in rejection. Moriniki returns, her face grave. Oversized polyps in her lungs, emergency surgery needed. 4 million naira total, 1 million up front. Shina slumps against the wall, whispering, Where I go see that kind money? Flashbacks hit, his cult days, stealing phones for quick cash, the shame in Mama's eyes. He shakes it off, vowing, not going back. The camera captures the hospital's despair, a woman begging for her child's treatment, a man shouting over unpaid bills, hammering the theme of systemic neglect. Shina throws himself into his hustle, the sun now scorching, turning his taxi into a furnace. He picks up fares relentlessly. Market women with heavy baskets, haggling. Oga, 200 naira too much. A young couple debating election candidates. Atanda go win, Shide for us. As riots brew, protesters waving placards in the distance. His phone buzzes with hospital texts. Mama stable, but surgery urgent. Night falls, Lagos glowing with neon signs and club lights. Outside a pulsing Victoria Island nightclub, bass thumping, Shina spots a fare, a slick man in a black suit, clutching a briefcase, eyes darting nervously. Aja, fast, the man orders, sliding into the back. Shina glances in the rear view. Something's off, the guy's sweating, fidgeting. As they hit the expressway, headlights flare behind them. Gunshots crack the night, bullets ping off the taxi's frame. A black SUV roars up, masked men firing. Ambush! Shina yells, flooring the gas. The chase is visceral. Shina swerves through traffic, tires screaming, the SUV ramming his bumper, sparks flying. The passenger screams, "They want the bag!" Shina cuts into a market alley, vendors scattering as he dodges stalls, leaps a ditch, and pulls into a dark underpass, engine smoking. The SUV vanishes. The passenger bolts, abandoning the briefcase. Shina, heart pounding, opens it. Stacks of cash, hundreds of thousands. His eyes flicker with temptation. Flashback, counting stolen loot in a cult hideout. The thrill and guilt. For Mama, he whispers, pocketing it. Elation fades at a police checkpoint, where officers in black wave him down with torches.
You don't mean it. You don't mean it. Remember me? Eh? Stop! Hey, get out! Where are you coming from?
Park, routine check, one barks. They search aggressively, finding the cash. Oga, this armed robber money. The lead cop sneers, his partner twirling a baton. Shina protests. It's from a fair, legit. They laugh, twisting his arm. You go explain for station. Shina snaps, shoving one. A scuffle erupts, his fist connecting with a cop's jaw. Handcuffs snap on. He's thrown into a police van, the interior dark, chains rattling. This no be my life, he mutters, face pressed against the window. Suddenly, headlights blind them. A black SUV blocks the road. Masked men storm out, guns drawn, forcing the cops to kneel. Release him, one growls. Shina's yanked out, blindfolded, and bundled into the SUV. The drive is tense. Bumpy roads, muffled talk of the boss. They arrive at a floodlit warehouse on Lagos's outskirts. Luxury cars parked among armed guards. Inside, cigarette smoke hangs heavy, the air thick with menace. Shina's blindfold is removed. He faces Bamadel Bankol, BB, played by Akin Lewis, a crime lord in a tailored suit, sipping whiskey. His enforcer, Ayo, Sean Fakwa, a scarred hitman, glares nearby. You outran my rivals. Not bad, BB smirks. Dialogue reveals the briefcase was BB's, stolen by the passenger, a traitor in his network. BB rescued Shina for a job, deliver a mysterious package during election chaos when police are distracted. In return, Mama's surgery paid in full. Shina hesitates. I left that life. Cults, Crime, all of it. BB leans in, voice icy. Your grandma dies without me, and I know your past. Lion Brotherhood, eh? One call, you're done. Flashbacks hit. Shina's cult initiation. Blood oaths under candlelight. He takes the sealed briefcase, hands shaking, whispering, just this one. The delivery unfolds under a stormy sky, rain hammering the windshield. Lagos is a powder keg. Election riots flare. Protesters chanting, Atanda for governor. Clash with police. Tear gas clouds billowing. Shina arrives at a seedy IKEA hotel. Neon signs buzzing rooms by hour. He climbs creaky stairs to room 207. Knocks. A shadowy figure opens. Takes the package. Documents inside. Maybe election rigging evidence. Gunshots erupt. The figure slumps, blood pooling. Shina dives behind a couch, heart racing as a rival hitman, not Ayo, flees. Shina grabs the package and bolts down fire escapes through rain-slick alleys, dodging pursuers. He escapes, but he's seen too much. Morning brings relief. BB wires the money. Mama's surgery succeeds. Shina sits by her hospital bed, holding her hand as she smiles weakly. My boy, you did it. But guilt festers. Dr. Moreniki, grieving, the dead man was her fiancé, Atanda's campaign manager, confronts Shina. You were at the hotel. What happened? Their scene crackles. Her tears, his silence, a spark of connection. I can't lose more, she whispers. Flashback, Shina's cult regret, Mama's pleas pulling him out. The plot thickens. Shina's old friend Ugo, Tope Tedela, a robber under BB's thumb, calls from a dingy shack hideout. BB go kill me if I no pay my cut, Ugo pleads, face bruised from Ayo's beating. Flashback, their cult days robbing shops together. Ugo begs, help me with one last heist, free me. Shina refuses, but BB threatens, do it or Mama's next. Now the climax explodes, stretched out for maximum tension.
Fucking kill me. Bro, do you know what you cost me? Do you know what you cost me? You cost me my fucking life! My fucking life! Rambo, I did it for you. You needed help. Don't you fucking say that to me, okay? You did it for yourself, okay? You did it for your fucking self to solve your fucking problems.
It's midnight, Lagos alive with election fever, newsstands blaring Atanda's lead, streets buzzing with rallies. Shina agrees to drive for Ugo's heist, a cash grab from a rival gang's stash house in Agege. The visuals are gritty. Shina's taxi idling outside a ramshackle building, Ugo and two armed thugs slipping inside. Shina waits, gripping the wheel, muttering, "This no be me." Suddenly, gunfire erupts inside. Ugo stumbles out, bleeding, clutching a bag of cash. "It's a setup!" he yells. Headlights flare, BB's SUVs screech up, Ayo and his goons spilling out, AK-47s blazing. Shina floors the gas, Ugo diving into the back. The chase is relentless. Shina weaves through Agege's narrow streets, tires screeching, dodging market stalls and stray dogs. Bullets shatter the rear windshield, glass raining on Ugo, who screams, "They want me dead!" Shina cuts through a crowded night market, vendors leaping aside as baskets of tomatoes spill, the SUV hot on their tail. He swerves onto a rickety bridge over a lagoon, boards creaking under the taxi's weight. Ayo's men ram them. The taxi fishtails, nearly plunging into the black water below. Shina's hands tremble, but he remembers Mama's words. "You stronger than this." He spins the wheel, pulling a daring U-turn, forcing one SUV to crash into a pile of crates. The chase spills into a slum, Shina navigating tight alleys, laundry lines snapping across the windshield. Ugo, panicked, confesses, "The heist was to pay BB, but he set us up to take it all." Shina's rage builds. He's been played. They lose the pursuers, pulling into an abandoned lot, the taxi smoking. But Ayo's men circle back, cornering them. Shina and Ugo sprint into a nearby warehouse. BB's lair, lit by floodlights, luxury cars gleaming. Inside, BB waits, clapping slowly. "Smart driver," he sneers. Ayo at his side, gun drawn. The standoff is electric. BB reveals the package Shina delivered was evidence to frame Atanda's team, ensuring his candidate wins the election. You're in deep now, Shina. No way out. Ugo, desperate, pulls a knife, lunging at Ayo. Chaos erupts. Thugs open fire, Shina diving behind crates. He fights back, raw and untrained, using a wrench to knock out one goon, his cult-honed instincts kicking in. Ugo takes a bullet to the shoulder, collapsing. Shina drags him to cover, whispering, "Hold on, bro!" The camera pans across the warehouse, bullet casings clinking on the concrete, sparks flying as shots hit metal. Shina spots a phone on the ground, dropped by Ayo. Heart pounding, he starts recording, capturing BB's rant. "I own Lagos, the election, the police, all mine." Shina dodges a shot, rolling under a car, and kicks Ayo's legs out, grabbing his gun. Pointing it at BB, he shouts, "This ends now!" BB laughs. "You shoot me, your grandma dies. Hospital won't treat her without my money." Shina hesitates, gun shaking, as Ayo tackles him. Fists fly in a brutal brawl. Shina's nose bloodied, Ayo's scar reopened. Shina slams Ayo's head against a crate, knocking him out, and scrambles to grab the phone, the recording still running. With Ugo wounded and BB closing in, Shina makes a desperate move. He grabs a jerry can of petrol from the warehouse corner, splashing it across the floor, and flicks a lighter from his pocket, a relic from his attic days. "Back off, or we all burn," he yells. BB freezes, his thugs lowering guns. Shina backs out, dragging Ugo, the lighter's flame dancing in his hand. Outside, he tosses it into the petrol trail. Flames erupt, engulfing the warehouse entrance, buying time. Sirens wail in the distance. Someone tipped the police. Shina and Ugo limp away, disappearing into Lagos' labyrinthine streets as the warehouse burns behind them, BB's empire crumbling. The resolution unfolds slowly, heavy with emotion. Dawn breaks over Lagos, the city quieter now, election results trickling in. Shina, battered, delivers the recording to a detective, one of the few uncorrupted, hinted at earlier. News breaks. Bamidele Bankole arrested in election scandal. Atanda wins, promising reforms. At the hospital, Mama, now recovering, hugs Shina, tears in her eyes. "You made me proud." Morniki, learning of Shina's role in exposing BB, visits him. "You didn't pull the trigger, but you stopped them," she says, her hand brushing his, a spark of romance. Ugo survives, vowing to go straight. Shina drives his taxi one last time, the city's chaos now a backdrop to hope. The screen fades with text. In a nation where desperation drives good men to dark choices, courage can light the way. A final shot, Shina at Mama's bedside, her smile radiant, Lagos humming outside. Like, subscribe, and tell us, what Nollywood thriller deserves this retelling next?
We will not stop. We will not falter. We will not fail.